The two pie charts compare the percentages of online sales across different retail sectors in Canada in the years 2005 and 2010. In 2010, food and beverage captures the largest proportion of the online market with 32% market share, while home furnishings holds smallest portion of online sales. During the 5-year period, people preferred to purchase video game and food and beverage online, whereas online sales of home furnishing industry and electronics and appliance have fallen considerably.
The table shows the proportion of consumer expenditure in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey on 3 different categories, namely, food, clothing and education during year 2002. People in Turkey spent highest on food and tobacco as well as on leisure and education, while Italians spent highest on clothing compared to other 5 nations. Overall, it is surprising to notice that the education and leisure was given the least priority and food, drinks, and tobacco was most popular among the European residents.
The bar chart shows the scores of 3 teams, Team A, B and C, in 4 consecutive seasons. In 2008, the score of Team B far exceeded that of the other 2 teams, standing at a massive 82 points compared to only 10 for Team C and a very low 5 for Team A. Over the next 2 years, the points for Team B decreased quite considerably while Team A's point increased massively, and Team C had managed only a small increase over this time. In the final year, Team B remained ahead of the others as their points increased again to 55, while Team A and C saw their points drop to 8 and 5 respectively.
The diagram illustrates the process of trapping radiated heat from the sun by greenhouse gases. The sun shines relentlessly and its rays heat the Earth's atmosphere. Some heat is reflected into the space by clouds while rest is trapped by greenhouse gases. In recent times, human activities such as burning of fossil fuels by cars, lorries, and factories have added large amount of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. In addition, pollution and deforestation have worsened the scenario. In conclusion, planting more trees and a strict control on emissions would help in reducing the effects of global warming.
The line graph represents the rate of smoking in some land by both men and women over 40 years from 1960 to 2000. Male smokers were the highest in 1960 at 600,000 and it gradually declined to a low of 300 per thousand in 2000. On the other hand, the number of women smokers was the lowest in 1960 at 100 per thousand and it gradually increased, peaking at about 300 per thousand in 1975 and eventually decreased to 200 per thousand in year 2000. In conclusion, there was an overall decline in total number of smokers, while almost equal number of men and women smoked in year 2000.
The map shows the number of death cases per 1,000 live births across the continent of South America. Overall, it can be seen that the number of infant mortality cases were moderate and they were around 40 to 60 per 1,000 births in countries like Brazil, Ecuador, and Paraguay, but there were only two countries where the infant mortality rate was high, they being Peru and Bolivia where the rate was around 39 or lower per 1,000 births.
The line graph shows the varying number of teenagers belonging to different age groups who possess cell phones. Overall, more teenagers start owning mobile phones as they get older. 229 teens owned a mobile phone at an age of 13, while twice the number of teens owned at age 15. For some reason there was a slight decline at age 18, while highest number of mobile phones were possessed by 19-year-olds at 642.
The bar chart shows the contribution of different countries towards global carbon dioxide emissions, comparing them with their share towards the total world population. According to the graph, the USA and Japan are responsible for a total of around 30% of carbon dioxide emissions of the world, while their population is around 6%. China and India, on the other hand, are more populated but their carbon dioxide emissions are relatively low.
The given image represents how water is purified using three stages, namely, filtration, sedimentation and chlorination. Firstly, the water is screened and passed through a tank containing coarse filter to remove large impurities. In the next stage, the water is then passed to the sedimentation tank to settle the fine impurities at the bottom of tank. This water is then passed through fine filter, following which chlorine is added to it. The chlorinated water, free of impurities, is stored in a tank for distribution to domestic and industrial purposes.
The map represents the spread of British Empire. Regions under British rule have been marked in red. Starting from the west, America and Canada and surrounding regions are shown to be part of British Empire. In the southwest too, there are some regions. In the African continent, South Africa, Egypt and British Africa are shown under British control. Towards the east and southeast, India, Burma, Australia and New Zealand are shown to be covered under British Empire. Suffice to say that the British Empire, during its heyday, extended across continents from the Far East to the West.